So I think one of the problems I have, well, one of the problems a lot of people have, is the idea of a meaningless existence. And yeah, you could say that doesn't matter because we make our own meaning, and to some extent that's true, but it just doesn't satisfy me. I've had way too much weird shit happen for that to be the truth. I'm not exaggerating when I say I should be dead like 7 or 8 times over, and yet I'm still standing here. And I promise you, it's not from lack of trying. And I'm okay, don't you worry about me, but when I was in those places, there was always something that felt like it was keeping me, right? And yeah, I've toyed with the idea that maybe that's just some survival instinct that kicks in when things have really gone to shit. But even then, I've stared death in the face and had death leave me alone. I've walked through hell and come out unscathed. And yet I still can't seem to find my place in the world. And after all of what I can only call suffering, I just can't accept there's not a point to it. And this is where I'm really going to start losing people. Because I do think the soul knows what it's going to go through before it comes to the earth. I do think that whatever lot you have in life, you signed up for. And then the question becomes, why? Because here's something I can't deny, and that's that all the pain you go through will cause you to grow. It will change you, even if it doesn't always change you for the better. And what I do think you can do, well, hold on a second. First, I need you to understand that everything is energy. And energy can never be created nor destroyed, merely transferred. So the emotions, the pain, the joy, the sorrow, all of that, that's also energy. Energy which can be transformed. So transformed how? Well, that's where the inner work comes in. Some call it healing. I call it alchemy. More specifically, alchemy of the soul. And before you dismiss this, remember that some of the most influential figures in history were also alchemists. Yes, maybe they were studying it in a bit of a different way, but it was still a thing. And what is alchemy, if not a way to describe what is not yet fully known? And here's what I truly believe, is we do not understand the depths of the human mind and how it connects to everything else. I don't have a study or proof of this, but this is my deeply held belief, that we emit like a consciousness field or something. So what is negative energy can be made into positive energy, if you know how to use it, or what to do with it. Because for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. But they're two sides of the same coin, separated by valence. And so what happens if you bring these things together? This is what I call the union of opposites. And this is the basis of creation itself. Just like the conception of a baby requires two opposites, male and female, all creation is bred by bringing two opposite things together. And so, if you can take all your pain and sorrow and combine it with the same amount of joy and love, you can make some new creation from it. Now, I know this sounds abstract. I know I might sound like I'm off my rocker, and maybe I don't understand it all. But there is something here. And spoiler alert, it doesn't start with love and light. It starts with the darkest night. Because before you can know peace, you have to know chaos. Before you know joy, you must know sorrow. Before you know creation, you must know destruction. Because they're all two sides of the same coin. I could insert some hermetic principles here, which definitely apply, but you can go find those for yourself. I'm not here to spoon feed you hermeticism, but I am here to try to get you to open your eyes, if even just a little bit. So maybe question the way that things are, so that maybe you might find a new path. Because the truth of the matter is, nobody knows what step to take except the step directly in front of you. And you gotta be brave enough to take the step, especially if you don't know where it leads. And sometimes that step means standing alone. Sometimes it means saying what you gotta say even if nobody cares or believes or wants to hear. Sometimes it's about living the truth you found, even if nobody else agrees. Because at the end of the day, this is your life and nobody else's. And nobody knows what it's like to walk in your shoes but you. And sometimes it's about trusting your intuition a little bit more and trusting the voice in your head a little bit less. Because trust me, ain't nothing good ever come from overthinking things. And I should know. And I'm not saying any of this is easy. I'm not saying trying to heal or create something is easy. I'm not saying life is easy. But I am saying, no matter what it is that you find yourself with, no matter what pain or situation or trauma or whatever, you can turn it around. The only thing stopping you is you. And how honest you're willing to be with yourself, how honest you're willing to be with others, and how willing you are to change. And change is a bitch.